We're making a fun Halloween centerpiece. So let's jump right in. I'm Vicky from the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Let's get started. So Waverly Antique Wax, 6.5 inch round. I got this at the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. I believe there was six in the pack. And it was like under $3. I think it was like $2.99 or something like that. Um, So not super expensive, and you get six of them. So if you figure that in, that's a pretty good deal for these wood bases. Baby wipe. First gonna dip it in our antique wax and rub it on. Board's all done. I did the sides, the front, the back, all the way around. It is a little darker than it will be because it's still a little damp. Not a problem, no big deal. There's some other things we need to prep before we start assembling everything. I've got these little buckets, and they were in a bag of four at the Dollar Tree. So they're all the only problem is they're all the same, and I haven't quite decided if I want to keep the faces on them or if I want to just flip them around. But we have that option. I'll show you when we get into that. Meanwhile, I don't like the fact they're like extra shiny, and so we're going to go ahead and paint them. I've got this Waverly chalk paint in pumpkin, and we're just going to paint them out. I'm using chalk paint only because of their surface being a plastic versus it's just easier. I think the chalk paint adheres better to plastic and glass and things versus the acrylic, but you could still try with acrylic as well. It probably wouldn't be bad either. It was my personal preference. So we painted all of these, and like I said, I painted them all the way around, so they're not going to be shiny anymore. It is a little shiny now when you look at it. They're still wet, so they need to dry. We're going to plop them off to the side here, and we can continue on with other things. So we're going to bring in, got one of these trees. This is just a Halloween tree from Dollar Tree. And I got a bunch of these, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them. Now, these are the ones that they have the little feet. There's three little feet that stick on them. We're not going to use that. You could use it if you want. I'm not going to fluff it out. This is like one of those Christmas trees, but it's black because it's Halloween, and you can fluff them out. I'm going to leave it like this for now. After we put it on our base, I will go ahead and fluff it up then. We're going to take some Gorilla Glue and six of the Jenga blocks. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. They have where they're Jenga blocks, but they had the wood color, and then they have some painted ones as well. I was going to use all the painted ones just because I randomly wanted to use them. I like using the wood colored ones for other things because you could definitely just kind of because you can stain them and paint them and all the things. So if you look at this, see it's flat here, so it looks like a stop sign, right? And so we're going to put a Jenga block on each flat section. And this is the only reason we're doing this is to build up our base so that we can glue it so we have more of a surface to glue to our wood base portion of it. So I was going to glue like so, and we're going to glue all of them all the way around. Okay, so we've got it in there. That makes a really cute little base, just like that, with just more surface on the bottom here. It's still in its drying phase, but we're going to move on. So we're going to bring in our 6.5 inch base. We're going to want to stick it right in the middle area. We're going to take our tacky glue and go ahead and glue this down. Okay. So so we've got that base on there. Now it's gonna need some dry time. Give it about an hour, it'll be fine. Meanwhile, we're gonna stick our pumpkins. Now, at this point, we can go this way, or we can have them actually have the jack-o'-lantern face on the outside. I'm kind of leaning more towards not having the faces. I like the little handles, so we're going to leave the little handles and we're just going to put them in place with them facing the other way so that um, we don't see the face on them. I mean, these are so much fun. You could probably make these, you make a couple of them and do them both ways. Now, let's dress it up a little. So we've got these gaps in between. And I've got, again, from Dollar Tree. Most of the stuff is from Dollar Tree. These are little skulls. Since this is kind of being a Halloween decoration here, we're going to stick the little skulls. And I'm not gluing them on yet. We're just setting them in here so we can see what it looks like. Just to make sure everything is in place before we start gluing everything down. Make sure it's okay. But we're gonna stick one more on this side. They look like they're gonna hang over a little bit. I'm okay with that. Kind of okay with that if they do. Or we can just kind of manipulate these to kind of get them to where they stick in there a little bit better. You can just move things around. Just kind of get it to where you want it. Now I've also got some other fun things from Dollar Tree. There was these little witches potions. They came in two different sizes. I think it was like a set of six on the big ones and a set of eight on the little ones, or some similar to that. We're gonna can stick those in this little portion of it here, or these can actually, like I said, we can kind of maneuver things around. So this one I stuck back behind because it's just taller and that might be easier to kind of play with here. I'm gonna stick this one this side and the little small side here again. Just kind of stick these like so. And then you can just dress it up too. Like I've got the little baby spiders. These are the little plastic spiders. I got these at Walmart. Walmart had these little plastic spiders, and we could kind of place them wherever um, you want to place them. Kind of put them where you can see them. I know I was thinking about putting spiders in the tree, but the tree is black, so you might not see them unless you paint your spiders white. I mean, which is a possibility. You can paint your spiders white so that you can see them in the tree, or you like the mystery of not being able to see them right away unless you're really looking for them. Totally up to you. All right, so I think that's what we're going to stick with for the base portion of it. So let's go ahead and glue things down. Okay. And again, we'll just take our tacky glue and glue them down. Now, this is, like I said, plastic. We could probably use the Gorilla Glue or E6000 would probably work too, but you don't have to. I think the tacky glue will hold just fine. Okay, so I got everything glued down, but I didn't glue the spiders down yet because I wanted to go ahead and add some Spanish moss to our project. Oh, got some inside. Oh well, look at it later. So everything is in the process of drying, but we're gonna go ahead and add some Spanish moss like in between, just to kind of give it, so it's not so basic, boring kind of thing. So we'll just add a bunch of glue to the base underneath, and we'll just stick Okay, so we'll just put some, just white glued in there. And I'm gonna shove the Spanish moss in there. Okay. Now we're gonna add our little spiders. Like I said, these were like a 100 pack or something. I believe it was from Walmart. Just put a little glue on them and stick them on your project kind of wherever. Now we got to decorate our tree. We've got our lower part. Now we got to do with our. So we're going to fluff out our tree now. You just take the limbs and you just pull them down. That already looks so cool. This will look so neat sitting on a table. Very festive. But you can do so many different happy Halloweens or different kinds of decorations with this. Could be really fun. I think for the tree topper, we got this little witch's hat, again from Dollar Tree, and they had it was like a whole big slew of them. We're just going to kind of curve down our top here, stick our little hat up here at the top. I'm not gonna glue it on there because I may change what I want for a tree topper. Last year, 2025, or should I say just 2020, no, 2024, they had actually little Halloween tree toppers for these types of trees in metal. So take a look around and see what you can find. Now I've got these fun little eyeballs. They don't always, but you can, so now we just need to decorate our tree. So this would be kind of fun. And they come in orange and purple. They look really fun on the tree. I've also got, I'll show you guys, necklaces. These are from Dollar Tree. That's a 4 pack. These happen to be just little pumpkins, and that's come in purple, black, and orange. And obviously, I'm not going to use the black ones because um, it's a black tree, but we can do it in purple. Might be kind of fun to do. And they just come apart. So you just pull that apart. Probably just pull off this little plastic piece here, or just leave it on. And we'll just start at the top here. But since I only have one of these, I have more of the orange. There's 2 of the orange, but kind of get the gist of where I'm going with this. That could be really fun that way. If you can find little ghosts or things like that to decorate with, that would be lots of fun too. So I'll just kind of leave it like this. I'll take some pictures to show at the end. Keep on coming back for more at the Purple Penguin Crafter. Happy crafting.